Hey YouTube, I just made a banner image for my channel for the first time, and I'm going to show you all how to do it, so let's get started. First up, I need to check the optimal dimensions for a YouTube banner. I found that online, and that's 2560 by 1440. Now here's the catch, that's just for TVs. Most devices, like mobile devices and laptops, can't see any of that. The space that they can see is actually a much smaller space that's 1546 by 423. So I'm going to go ahead, use the rectangle tool with those exact dimensions, center that, and then drop the opacity on that so I can see what I'm working with. I'm doing this as a reminder for the space that I need to be designing for. Everything around that rectangle is essentially bonus imagery. Okay, now the tough part, making it interesting. I had the idea for a Polaroid composite, but I didn't really know if I liked that or not, so I'll try it out and start with the Polaroids. I'm selecting a handful of photos, opening them in Photoshop, selecting all, and then copy and paste them into my main file. I sized them all down to around 700 pixels. Now I'm going to import some assets that I have. I have this little Polaroid cutout and a piece of tape. The Polaroid asset is a little bit rough, so I'm going to clean up the edges with the eraser tool. Now I just slide my image behind it and bang, we got a Polaroid photo. Now I just merge the layers, rename them accordingly, and repeat this process about a dozen times for my other photos. So here's a montage of that. I wanted an interesting background and played around with this tree, but ultimately it felt too dark and clashed with the vibe I was going for. I tried another photo of a sky and a rooftop and even painted it a little bit at the top, but it wasn't quite there either. I took a mini break from that to try out the text portion and ended up on trying something new. I think it encapsulates what my YouTube channel does well, and I kind of like how simple it is. Amidst this chaos of layers, I had the blue sky photo selected and accidentally selected the white text layer. I actually bumped into this by accident, but it looked super clean and kind of minimal, so I tried it out on my channel to see what it looked like. So I checked YouTube and realized that you can only see the building on a TV, and for any other device it's just blue with white text, which is a little bit too simple for my tastes. I still didn't have a good background, so I painted this abomination with the brush tool, but I ended up not using that either. I came back around to the idea of the Polaroids, but just knitted together a little bit tighter. The blue sky image is still there, but it's not really noticeable. I liked the idea of the photos being tighter together, and it stuck to the original idea pretty good. I added the tape for some more texture and dimension in the photo, blurred the shadow layer, exported, and then tried that out. It looked a lot better, but I didn't like that you could just barely see my beard in it, so I went back and bumped up that picture just a little bit. While I was there, I had another idea to implement some of my sketches on the photos and make it feel a little more me. So I went back in with a very tiny brush tool and added some details and drawings. I checked it over again, exported it, and published it to my channel. And this is what it looks like. Who knows if I'll like it tomorrow, next week, or in 3 months, but for now I think it's pretty solid. So there's behind the scenes look at how my brain works when I'm making these Photoshop composites. Hopefully you got inspired, learned something, or just like watching me work. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, the usual, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh my god, that's so tiring.